G'day, wonderful listeners. This is episode 69 of Trev's Talk, and I'm your host, Trev. Last week I left off with a short few words on Our Lady of Fatima, who appeared to some children over a short period of time, and even though the period was comparatively short, the numbers of people that were attracted to Fatima because of the apparitions were in the thousands. Now, if you look for a minute at the Medjugorje apparitions of Our Lady, you will see a phenomenon occurring over a huge amount of time. It has been going on since June 1981. That is a 45-year period. Like I said, a huge amount of time. I ask myself, what amazing events are to come from such a huge amount of time spent here on earth by Our Lady? Our Lady has said to the visionaries that she is coming to earth at this time as the Queen of Peace. I'm pretty sure she has said she is bringing peace to the earth. She has also said that we are coming to a period of living simpler lives. She has said Satan will be chained. She has said she will not be coming to earth anymore after this. The visionaries have said the first 3 secrets or messages to be announced bring a deeply serious warning and a profound illumination of conscience. The visionaries have also said that after the announcements of the first 3 secrets, the rest will follow quickly. When you look at the great Marian apparitions of history, 2 of them stand out as bookends of a story that stretches all the way back to Scripture. Our Lady of Guadalupe, which I informed you about in episode 65, and Our Lady of Medjugorje. And the surprising thing is that both of them echo the same mysterious figure described in the book of Revelation. In Revelation chapter 12, St. John speaks of a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. For centuries, the Church has understood this woman, described in Revelation, in more than one way. She represents Israel, she represents the Church, and she also points to Mary, the mother of Jesus. Scripture often works like that, one image carrying several layers of meaning at once. But when you look at Guadalupe, the connection becomes almost impossible to miss. The miraculous tilma, or cloak image, shows Mary literally clothed in the sun, standing on the moon, and crowned with stars, as described in Revelation 12. The miraculous image of Our Lady appeared on a cloak way back in the 16th century at a time of cultural difficulties. And then, centuries later, Medjugorje emerges in a world facing a different kind of darkness, not the collapse of cultures, but the collapse of faith, identity and peace. The visionaries describe her as the Queen of Peace, the mother who stands against the dragon of the age, and calls her children back before a time of trial. It's the same biblical pattern, the woman who protects her children, who confronts the enemy, who prepares the world for what comes next. So Guadalupe shows us the image of the woman of Revelation. Medjugorje gives us the voice of the woman of Revelation. 2 apparitions, 5 centuries apart, both pointing back to the same chapter of Scripture, and both reminding us that God has not abandoned the world. He sends a mother into the places where hope is fading, and she gathers her children again. And when you look at Guadalupe and Medjugorje through the lens of Revelation, you start to see a pattern that stretches across centuries. Whenever the world reaches a crossroads, God sends a mother. At Guadalupe, she came to heal a continent. At Medjugorje, she comes to call the world back to peace, prayer, and conversion. It's the same woman of Revelation, the one who protects her children and pushes back the darkness of the age. And in a very real way, that same spirit is what sits at the heart of the Moorditj Scholarship Fund. 3 of our co-founders, the Catholic Church, the Anglicans and Vinnies, have already stepped forward with remarkable generosity and conviction. They've recognised that this isn't just a program, it's a work of mercy, a work of justice, and a work that will echo through generations of Aboriginal families. And now, the Salvos have shown interest in meeting with me to explore the possibility of joining this mission as the 4th and final co-founder. Nothing is decided yet, and that's exactly as it should be. These things deserve prayer, discernment, and honest conversation. But the very fact that they're open to sitting down and hearing the vision says something about the moment we're in, a moment where churches that once walked separately are now finding themselves drawn together for the sake of young Aboriginal people who deserve every chance to flourish. So as Guadalupe once reshaped the world, and as Medjugorje continues to reshape hearts across the world, our task here in Western Australia is simply to let that same grace take root in our own backyard, to lift up students who have potential or talents, to build something that lasts, and to trust that the help we offer today, quietly, faithfully, together, will resonate long after we're gone. We know that helping Aboriginal students showing potential or talents with scholarships does work in the way of lifting them up. There is an organisation called Opening the Doors Foundation in Victoria that has been doing something like what our Scholarship Fund project aims to do, and they are having great success. Some years ago, I was in contact with a lady from Opening the Doors, and she sent me an email in 2017 which said in part, "I wish you well in all you are doing, Trevor. From little things, big things grow. When we started the foundation some 12 years ago, we had very little money and 20 students on the books. There are now over 700 students, and our budget for education assistance this year is $600,000. Year 12 retention rates grow every year. It has been a wonderful thing." End of email. When I remember that Opening the Doors email from Victoria from years ago, I feel encouraged, just as getting a large donation from an anonymous donor 18 months ago encouraged and compelled me to start organising the Scholarship Fund. And then, out of the blue, I was given an unsolicited generous donation from having casual conversation at a meal table while at a Catenians meeting a couple of months ago. Then I was given another generous donation out of the blue from a bishop reading about the Scholarship Fund in a referral letter by Anglican Archbishop Kay. The Opening the Doors Foundation success and 3 instances of funds just falling into my lap, so to speak, are all very encouraging signs for the future of the Scholarship Fund and generations of Aboriginal students. Now, guess what? I have news about my medical clearance to fly planes. The last time I spoke on that was in episode 62, where I withdrew my appeal from the Administration Review Tribunal when I could see I was not going to have any success. Things have moved along from there, and I will bring you, wonderful listeners, up to date in next week's episode. Time has run out this week. I look forward to your company again next week. This is Trev, tuning out.